And so this New Year's Eve was rather strange. It happened. This is New Year's Eve, my friends. It really, truly, and remarkably showed all of us that the nation of Switzerland is going to be consistently leading the way for the entire global community and the whole world. Whatever it may be, no matter what you think, but analysts, conspiracy theorists saw it in a different light. No, this is not a response. No, for Switzerland, this is a completely different situation. And I think that starting from 2026, Switzerland will be ahead of the whole world. So today we have with you, on January 5th, 2026, Maduro is on trial in the United States. How did he get caught? How did he end up there? Well, the Russian special forces didn't take him out. You have to follow the general policy, This is Fedya Trump, our KGB guy, who is now carrying out his own kind of policy all over the world. Well, a communist policy. So what kind of policy do we have, friends? A policy of communism. But even we ourselves don't understand what we're building. What kind of communism? I'm not guilty. I'm an honest person. I'm still the president of my country. That's what Maduro said today in court in the United States. The president of Venezuela did not plead guilty in court in New York. The broadcast of the hearing is being conducted by Sky News. Nicolas Maduro stood up when he was asked to confirm his name in court, and he was read a brief summary of the charges against him. And in response, Maduro told the court that he is the person, still the president of his country, after which he sat back down. After that, the court addressed Nicolas Maduro's wife, Cilia Flores. She also stood up, confirmed her name, and said, "Yes, I am the First Lady of Venezuela." Flores also declared her innocence regarding the charges brought against her, saying that she is absolutely innocent of everything. So, friends, drug trafficking on such a scale has concentrated power in the hands of the family, Maduro, including his wife, the First Lady. That's how the accusations and indictments are dismissed. What is really going on there in Venezuela? We don't know. According to the indictment, all property and any proceeds obtained by the accused, directly or indirectly, as a result of the aforementioned crimes, are subject to confiscation in favor of the United States. So, the aforementioned crimes. All the proceeds. And at the same time, Switzerland arrested and froze all the accounts of President Maduro, his wife, and his inner circle. The lists were provided by the United States, of course, and that's why Switzerland listens to the instructions of its big brother, or let's say like a wise and sensible sister. She simply agrees with whatever big brother Trump tells her, or little brother Trump. Well, in any case. Switzerland itself never takes the lead. It simply follows instructions. And so there was this rather strange New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve, my friends. It really, truly showed all of us something. That Switzerland is going to be ahead of the whole world. Whatever it may be, no matter what you think, but analysts and conspiracy theorists interpreted it differently. No, this is not a response. No, for Switzerland, this is a completely different situation. And I think that starting from 2026, Switzerland will be ahead of the whole world. The nighttime event happened at 1:30 a.m., which is also telling. The number 13. The number 13, 1:30 in the morning. Right? Altogether, what does that give us? 4. The number 4. How many victims? 4. A situation where the Swiss He was partially descended from a lineage of individuals of Russian heritage and ancestry, by the way, and also with a significant amount of Italian and French ancestral bloodlines, but the Russian influence and heritage remained the most prominent and dominant factor. Just, if you remember history, the Suvorov coming, it doesn't matter, it didn't happen. That was the year 1812. No, it was actually much closer to here, but that doesn't matter either. It seemed like a foolish campaign, completely unnecessary. Somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, they went and found this Devil's Mountain, a rock. And there, suddenly, Suvorov decided to drag these poor bare-bottom soldiers from Russia up there. They brought them from Russia, yes, and send them sliding down on their behinds. Down these mountains. I actually walked on that mountain myself. I was invited to the Ministry of Defense, the Security Council, our Ministry of Defense. They invited me. I went there. But I didn't go up the mountain on foot. No, they offered, to me as well, everyone was supposed to go on foot. I found a UAS. A UAS was coming. I stopped it and said, "Take me with you. I'm not going to walk. I'm not suited for it because it's a mountain there." I said, "It's an absolutely ridiculous situation. It winds like this, and it's actually easier to go straight across the whole mountain. But you had to go along the road like this." Yes, Chernomordin was there at the time. Well, let's say it was a big group. The Swiss Minister of Defense was there then. We were all standing together, laughing. I have a photo where Chernomordin, the Swiss Minister of Defense, and I are standing together. Take a look. I have it somewhere among the photos in my President's magazine. The Parliament, the government. In the section with photos of meetings, you'll see it there. So what I wanted to say is this, that Switzerland is now moving up to the top, let's say, steps. And soon everyone will be subordinate to it, because all the money is concentrated in Switzerland. Well, of course, American banks keep some for themselves too. Friends. But the doomsday currency is the Swiss franc. Just so you understand. And where is everything located? To whom do the central banks report? Who do they answer to? They're located in Basel. In Basel, there is an entire tower, a Babylonian tower, built specifically for this, for the doomsday currency, for war. All of this was done for that purpose. After all, every war is prepared in advance, long in advance. No, not just a year ahead. And nothing ever happens by accident. Everything is prepared. Let's say even 50 years in advance. They already knew there would be a war. And when I was sent, or rather when my husband and I, our family, were sent to Switzerland in the 1980s, friends, in the 80s, I thought, they're setting us up for a fall. I wanted to go to the United States again for a second round, but life in New York is so lively, I have to say, it really is fun. The cultural scene there is actually quite vibrant. But in Switzerland, there's nothing. Apart from money, there's nothing to talk about. Village, money, milk, cows. So here I am, tucked away in the farthest corner of the Alps, watching the whole world from here. Hello, new world. A new Switzerland. Switzerland is going to be renewed. By the way, during the hike, I already told you about this hike. Through the Swiss Alps with Swiss military and Russian military. There were Russian soldiers there too. Several guys got on the bus, blonde, tall, handsome men with blue eyes. And they spoke pure Russian without accent. But they turned out to be Swiss. I started talking to them. I won't let such an opportunity pass without talking. I am Tanya Kuritsuba.